It's Ben from wpdailyfix.com here with another video for you, something a little bit different this time. This video is in response to a post that was put on the Catalyst forum by a member there about how we might reproduce a design and a layout like this one you can see on the screen here now with Catalyst theme using the Dynamik child theme. So I'm going to hop straight into it and we'll see how much we can get done. How quickly. Now, I guess I'll just mention first of all that what we're going to build on first really is the structure. So let's get the different areas in place, get the proportions roughly right. And in a follow-up video we might look at some of the more specific styling. So I'm going to hop straight into the back end of my site. Here's the dashboard here. Oh, let's have a quick look at the front end, by the way. This is the standard Catalyst install with the styling straight out of the box is what you see here. So let's turn this into something like this. First thing we're going to do is go into the Catalyst core options, make a couple of quick settings here. Under content, we're going to change the default site layout from double right sidebar to single right sidebar, which is called right sidebar. That will match the site we're looking to emulate. From there, let's just whip across a little bit of jumping between screens as we get started into advanced options. Here I'm going to go into custom CSS and just turn on the front end. Oh, I've already turned on the front end builder. There you go. We won't need to save that. We'll just flick back to the front end and refresh that. So you can see we started off with 2 right sidebars. Now we're down to 1 and the wrap width has shrunk to accommodate. Let's go into Dynamik now. Get that width all set up. So we're going to go into widths. Let's have a look. 960 was the original wrap width. So if we make this one 580 and this one over here 320 plus the padding and so on equals 960. I'm going to flick back constantly between the back and the front end. You see obviously why I work in tabs, and I think most people do when they're doing this sort of build. Here we go. So that's the proportions we're dealing with. Have a look at our original site. Go to a static page here, our team, and we'll see there's a single sidebar on the right hand side. Waiting for their site to load. That's funny, isn't it? I'll pause here and come back when it's up. Here we go, and the pages up here you can see a single right sidebar and the content area on the left, and proportionally speaking that matches what we've just set up here. Okay, well look, let's work from the top of the site down. Back into Dynamik options, we're going to go into wrap and going to drop out the top margin of the wrap margin. Let's save that. To the front end now, refresh, and you'll see we've gotten rid of this padding at the top. So that's one thing we've done. Let's keep moving on. We're going to set the just set the header up to make sure everything's right there. I'm going to pop into header, and in header we're going to make a couple of settings here. So header border bottom, let's make 1 pixel, and the header left and the header right widths, we'll put those in at 470 each. The total of that is a little bit less than the wrap width, but that is a good thing. We'll save changes. Nothing really exciting to see in the front end, so we're going to go straight into navbar 1, make a setting here, and then we'll have a look. Down here we'll take navbar 1 and we'll take it from below the header and pop it beside the header. Save changes. Now let's have a quick look. So you can see how we had things. Refresh, and here we go. We're a little bit closer to what we're looking for here. Actually, while I'm there, next thing we'll do is just pop a little widget area in there to take care of this search and this the social buttons. So we're going to jump into advanced options. In advanced options, we'll create a custom widget area. And I'm just cut and paste, can't cut and paste there. Going to call that header top right. And I'm going to class it the same, which I do sometimes. Priority, let's just knock that back to 5. 10 was probably fine, but 5 will be even better. Okay, not going to be anything to see there just yet. Oh, need to change the hook positioning. Now we want it to go in header right, so we're going to hook it into header right. Here we go, Catalyst hook header right. Save changes there. Now let's hop across into appearance and widgets. Let's put just a tiny bit of content in there. Header top right. Here's one I prepared earlier. Search and social. All it is a text widget with the word search and social written in there. Going to pop that in there. And that's done. Refreshing the front end. Here we go, that area's popped up the top there. The reason I made the priority 5 was just to make sure it slotted in above everything else. If we made that priority, say, 50, it would be almost certainly underneath here, but of course we want it on top. Just a tiny bit of styling to just get the proportions right here. Just hopping across out of screen view for a little cut and paste. Going to open up the front end CSS builder. And in here I'm going to paste. All we've got is header top right, which is what I classed that area, and some styling for the height, 50 pixels. And we'll see that's knocked that down there. Save changes. Hide this out of the way. So now we've got this, and we've got this, more or less, without styling, but it's there for now. Okay, things are going to get a little bit more interesting now. We'll move on to the static home page settings. So see on the example site, if we go back to home, we've got 3 columns here, each with what would be post excerpts or posts in them, with an image and some post content for each one. Let's set that up. With Catalyst, that's just going to be super easy. We're going to move back to Dynamik. And we're going to go into the easy area. Now what we want to do at the moment, you can see on the home page, are we on the home page? We are. We've got recent posts, hello world. That's the only post in there at the moment. So that's the default home page. We want to change it over to a static home page. And the way the site we're looking at emulating is set up into 3 columns, we'll just go for 1 row of 3 columns. So that is right down the bottom of the list. In fact, it's just off your screen. But I'm going down to easyhome3.php and save changes. Back to the front end. We'll refresh that. And here we go. Wow, doesn't that look exciting? There's not a lot there, but we've actually got a whole lot closer to where we want to be going now. Last little bit is down here. I'm not going to worry about this section for now. Down here we've got an interesting sort of footer area, and why not use the easy fat footer that Eric's given us the option of. So I'm going to move down to fat footer. Change that to 4. I think that's going to be as close to what we've got down in the example site. I'm going to click check here, and that checks all of the different templates. It's going to put this fat footer into all the templates. Save changes. Move back to the front end. Going to refresh that. And they're large, but they're there. And as I say, I think that will turn into this really quite nicely. Let's do one last thing. We're going to put a bit of dummy content in here just to make these areas, it's not very convincing, is it? But just to make these look a little bit more like the example site. Not quite so pretty for now. But just to dummy some content in there, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go back into the widget areas, appearance widgets, and you can see our lovely home top 1, home top 2, and home top 3 are those 3 columns. What I'm going to do here is pop, let's say, 2 text widgets in each one. Well, look, there we go. Hey, we're not quite there yet, but you can probably see now the structure's actually all in place to get what we got here working in our Catalyst site. Thanks for joining me. I hope you got something out of this, and yeah, I think we've made a very quick move towards what we're trying to emulate. So we'll do another video looking at a lot of the styling to get things more like the site we're looking to emulate. Thank you very much, and I'm sure I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.